if you follow a seasonal format, it takes you as the content creator off the hamster wheel. It allows you to invest more time in raising the bar for the content that you put out. And it also gives your fans a chance to miss you.
This Audience Summit is brought to you in partnership with Podcast Notes, the best ideas from the world's best podcasts in minutes.
Hey there, I'm Geoff Woods. I'm the co-founder and president of the training company behind the best-selling book, The One Thing. We're in the business of time. When you think about it, it's our most valuable resource. Here's the problem. Most people are spending their time, they're not investing it. Everything that we do as an organization, from the content that we create to the emails that we send to the trainings that we provide, is about helping people better invest their time so they can achieve extraordinary results. We launched the One Thing podcast, I want to say it was January or April of 2017. So early 2017, fast forward, we're in the top 5% of all podcasts in the world. And I think at this point, we're around over 6 million downloads, something along those lines. So going through your questions, what has been the most effective marketing channel for you? Have you used it? I'm unsure what you mean by marketing channel, but what I would say is your business is your database. So first and foremost, email list. Super valuable. I think a lot of people don't give it the focus that it deserves. They focus on building a huge Facebook audience, but you don't own your audience. Facebook does. So email list is hands down the most valuable marketing channel that we have because it's something that we own and control. What are some underrated tactics that you've used to attract listeners to your show? This is very underrated. Quality content. Quality content. I mean, it's not about getting people to listen to your show for the first time. It's about creating subscribers. It's about keeping people listening to your show. And for us, it's just been a real focus on how do we put out quality content. How have you converted listeners into fans? How do you keep them coming back? Oh, look at that. What I would say to that is vulnerability and transparency. We are not thought leaders. We're practice leaders. While sure, we come up with ideas that are very timeless and world-class, the thing that separates us is that we're practice leaders. We practice what we teach. And with that, it inherently means that we're on a path of mastery, which means there are places that we're strong and there's places that we're struggling and failing. And we talk about that. I've been very transparent over the last 3 years about my failures living the one thing, where I've struggled to live the one thing, and how I've gotten better and the results that have happened as a result of being on that path of mastery. If you could start all over again, what would you do to have grown more effectively? I might, one thing I would have considered is a seasonal format, because we made the commitment to do a weekly rhythm, which we've stuck with for over 3 years. Yet if you follow a seasonal format, it takes you as the content creator off the hamster wheel. It allows you to invest more time in raising the bar for the content that you put out. And it also gives your fans a chance to miss you. That way, when you come back, you have an opportunity to serve them and they're super excited, kind of like the Netflix series. When Game of Thrones came back, people binged it, and then they waited and they super anticipated it, and then boom, they came back and they were super excited. So I would have considered that. If you had $1,000 marketing budget to start your show, how would you spend the money? I would hire somebody whose one thing would be to get me on other shows. In fact, I just did this test where I literally gave my team $1,000 and said, get me on as many shows as possible. Because what we know from our personal experience, as well as we've been a part of podcast networks and talking to the marketing people there, the number one way to grow your audience is to be on other people's show, because they're already listening to the platform. So it's simply just clicking the search bar on their podcast player and then finding your show. So that's how I would invest it. Hope this brings value to you.
Thank you so much for watching this interview. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to our channel right here on YouTube. And if you feel like you learned something, share this episode on social media to help us grow our audience as well.